Good evening, welcome back again, guys. So yeah, I had that disaster yesterday of losing what I believe was a taupe, and as you can see, I've been out with the kids all day today and I've got sunburn really bad, but I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm back on the hunt. I've got a 40 minute to an hour walk to my mark tonight. I'm just walking across these fields here now. Absolutely gorgeous here on Anglesey again. Yeah, a long walk. I thought I'd just say hello quickly before I get on the mark, because when I get there it'll be pretty much going dark, and hopefully the targets are going to be big baits on one rod, fishing again hopefully with a chance of taupe. It's still a little bit early, but you got to be in it to win it, and then fish the second rod with smaller baits, maybe for the chance of an early smooth hound. I've had a lot of smooth hound off this mark before. This mark can be prolific for dogfish though, so we'll see how we get on. I'll flick you around so you can see the walk I've got ahead of me here. So yeah, sun's going down, absolutely beaming now. Lovely night. So I've got to walk along this path here, which goes down into a valley, comes back up, then you go over the back of that mountain there, and it's a big climb down. So one of my most loved, well, I've got loads of loved marks, but this is one that I really love here in Anglesey. This is my stomping ground. I always fish around this sort of area, not always, but most of my fishing, I would say at least 70% of my fishing is done around this sort of area. Long walks, big climbs. I've just had a massive meal tonight, so I'm absolutely stuffed, but yeah, I'll walk it off, I'm sure. So I'll get on with the walk, guys, and I'll see you when I'm down on the mark. So the big rod's out with half a mackerel. Just about to set up the other rod now. So yeah, nice left to right tide pull, a lot of tide here, really deep. Fingers crossed something happens. It's all happening here now. We have a massive slackliner again, both rods are bouncing. Look at this, it's all going off. On my left hand rod I got 3 small baits, on my right hand rod I got a big bait, a whole whiting, and it's all going off. So I'm going to have to sort these rods out now. Let me put you down here somewhere. Just had a massive slack liner there now on a whole whiting. Yeah, I can feel something. Quite a bit of weight in this. Oh, it's a good bull huss. Wow. Boys and girls, it's a monster of a bull huss. An absolute monster! Woohoo! That'll do me! Woo! Get in! A monster! This tide's flooding in quick now, so I'm just going to move a few things about, and then we'll sort him out, get a quick picture with him, a measure of him, and get him back. 11-pound bull huss, over the moon with that, absolute cracker. Good fish, good fight, big slack liner on a whole whiting. Now I'm going to get it back, measure it quickly and put it back. 960, Dave. Bull Huss, mate, 960. Might be a little bit more, but I'll settle with 960, yeah? So far tonight I've had a dogfish and a bull huss, and it's a bit quieter than I thought it would be, to be honest, but it gives me a perfect opportunity just to answer a few questions to the best of my ability anyway. So there's quite a few of you regulars watching the YouTube channel, and I'm really grateful, and I'm grateful for the newcomers that are following and watching. And I've said in a lot of my videos, if you've got any questions, please do drop a message and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. Right, so somebody asked me a question the other day of why do I fish rock marks or beaches that have such a long walk to them? The answer to that really is I just enjoy it. It's a little bit different to fishing your more known marks, and it's marks that aren't as pressured, and I just enjoy getting out the way. Right, another question that was asked was how do I find these marks? So there's a number of ways I find these marks really. Google Earth, absolutely fantastic. And another one is I just go in the summer months with my light spinning gear, and I'll just walk for miles along the coast, and then I'll find a few marks, I'll jot it down, and I'll come and try them on the right wind directions and on a different couple size tides, or an ebbing tide, and I'll fish it on a flooding tide, and I'll always give a new mark 3 or 4 goes. I won't judge it off the first actual attempt. So I might go somewhere new and I'll blank, but I'll go back there again. Just because you blank doesn't mean it doesn't produce fish. It could mean that they weren't there on that day, or just quite simply you were there on the wrong time of the tide. And it does make a difference, tide time, whether it's an ebbing tide, a flooding tide, a big tide or a small tide, it all makes difference. So fish these marks on different sized tides and it definitely helps. Little bit of a review. So I've had quite a lot of people ask about my headlamp. So basically guys, I've had lots and lots of headlamps over the years, expensive ones, cheap ones. This, in my opinion, is the best headlamp on the market, and it is simple. A clue-like headlamp, fantastic headlamp. I've had this one out for about 5 years. I've got a couple of them. No need, but I just have. The cheapest chips, I think, on eBay or something like that, they're about 55 quid. Our local farm and pet store sells them for about 45 quid. There is a little bit of a cheaper version. Again, it's the Clue-like make. I don't know if you can see that. It's the Clue-like make, and they're about 35 quid. There's not much difference in them. This one here is the 55 quid one, but honestly, fantastic. Couple of faults with it. The straps are a bit poor, so as you can see from the video, I've taped the joints on it. But like I say, I've had this one for about 4 or 5 years. Another downside with it, I find it a little bit too powerful. No, not a little bit, too powerful for bass fishing really off the beaches. Because personally I don't like to put a light all over the water. It's a little bit too bright for that. But I just have it on the lowest level, and then if I want it on the biggest beam, I've got the bigger beam for the other things. Absolutely fantastic headlamp, guys. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do. It really helps grow the channel, get it all out there, and if you like it, please give us a thumbs up, hit the little bell, and you'll get notifications when new videos come up. There's lots of exciting things coming up this year, and honestly, without your support, I just, it's not worth it for me. I'm doing it just because if I can inspire one person out of 10 to get out there fishing, and if I can inspire one person out of 15 on some sort of tip, then I feel like I'm on a winner. So I'm going to keep on going with the night, and hopefully we'll get some more fish. Couple of knocks here on the small baits. So I've got 2 ragworm on a 2-hook flathead on this one. It does look like a bit of a doggy bite. coming on it. Feels like a doggy, but I'm not sure yet how it's come up. Yeah, sure it is, it's a dogfish. So that's doggy number 2, and the rotten bottoms are working because that's another lead gun. Well, it's 20 past 12. I've packed up, cleaned up, and I'm ready to make the climb back up. All the way up there, and then I've got like, it takes about an hour to get back really to the car. So I'll get back in the car just after 1 AM. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. And, you know, subscribe if you can, please, if you already haven't. And if you like what you're watching. So until next time, keep safe, keep fishing. Keep chasing them dreams.